There's this kind of frenzy going on as people try to piece together just exactly what was motivating Luigi Mangione, who is the suspected assassin, 26 years old, out of UPenn, engineering student there. He got a master's degree as well. And listen, UPenn is a totally woke school. You've seen all the protest video, how much they hate Israel, they hate America. You have a professor from the University of Pennsylvania that came out on her TikTok account or her Twitter account, the X account, right after this all went down and said she'd never been more proud to be a professor at the University of Pennsylvania than now because of this 26-year-old man. I almost said kid. Thank you guys for correcting me yesterday. Anyway, he wasn't too happy about being taken in.
Down.
Oh my God, that's completely out of touch and an insult to the intelligence of the American people and the lived experience.
If you heard him there, he was saying, well, this is an insult to the American people. Here is his Twitter account, which has ballooned, by the way, to some 100,000 plus followers. And interestingly, Taylor Lorenz was one of his very first followers, if you believe what they're saying there on X. She apparently was following him all along, which is interesting in and of itself. And I imagine the authorities are looking into that one. But here's a TikToker who's coming out with, well, some pretty wild conspiracies. And you have to ask how much is being solved for after the fact. But how much this guy actually was trying to envision himself as a kind of Batman-like figure, you know, the Joker in Batman, and kind of terrorize people with what might be coming. Let's just watch and we can discuss on the other side.
I'm pretty sure our man Lou is understudy to Taylor Swift here. Because not only has he left us Monopoly money in the bag in Central Park, not only did he go to Altoona, which is the home of the Pennsylvania Railroad, like in Monopoly, but then somebody looked up the address on his fake ID. It was 128 Sherman Way. And then they thought, Sherman, why don't I look up the Sherman antitrust law and count 128 words into that? And they found the word punished. And if you didn't know, there was a YouTube channel that's already been taken down. But it had one video that auto-published and said, if you're seeing this, I've already been arrested. More to come. And then it hinted at December 11th, which is tomorrow.
Today.
And then there was a tiny little thumbnail that you could see of the video that was set to publish tomorrow. And it had a bunch of binary code on it. And that binary code spelled out, the truth will set me free. You can't tell me that our man Lou ain't doing it for the Lord. He is doing it for the Lord. Y'all keep your head on a swivel. There's mayhem in the air. Love y'all.
Okay, so again, that's one of the TikTokers, but you know, everybody's out there with their own conspiracy on this. I'm gonna get to what his X account was in just a minute, but you heard her reference a YouTube video. His YouTube channel has since been taken down, but I looked at the video out of courtesy because we are live here on YouTube. Out of courtesy to YouTube, clearly they're taking the video down for some reason. I've watched the video, you can see it on X. It's not that exciting. One would imagine maybe he was getting caught at the McDonald's and he auto-published this thing because boom, you know, he knew that that was gonna happen. They were closing in on him. It's almost like he wanted to get caught. Apparently, according to one witness that was there, they were talking about him and he could hear them talking about him, saying he looked like the guy they had seen on camera. It was the McDonald's employee that called him in. Anyway, this is one of the screen grabs from the video, just the important part. It was like a countdown clock and it said all is scheduled, be patient, bye for now, soon. And then here's the December 11th reference that she made. So you see that I circled it in yellow. I didn't find the binary code, but again, it's, you know, soon December 11th. So going back to this is the main screenshot. He had some numbers earlier and it was just like counting down like a clock. And then it's December 11th, which appears in very small font very quickly. So again, the internet's kind of going sort of wild and, you know, they all like a good conspiracy theory. I guess Rachel Maddow's not the only one. And they're pointing not back to Donald Trump like Rachel Maddow, but to this particular number, 286, because his Pokemon number was, I guess, 286, and he had 286 posts on his X account, and he was found 286 miles at that Altura McDonald's in Pennsylvania. So 286, and they're going to proverb 228-6, which reads, better is a poor man who walks in his integrity than a rich man who is crooked in his ways. And then the other thing they're pointing to, and let me see if I have a copy of this, I may not, but the denial code that apparently the insurance companies give you, the denial claim that you get is numbered 286. So it's a 286 when they deny your claim for insurance. So everybody's going to try to piece this thing together. What else is to come? Look, the guy's in custody now. His family didn't show up. His family says that they hadn't heard from him in some 6 months. He had suffered with a spinal cord injury and was dealing with apparently some pretty severe pain associated with that. He had gone on some substances, illegal, and other drugs, etc., to try and cure the pain. Some of his friends have suggested that maybe that had a role in him really losing his mind. He'd never been the same since he had that injury, and he was trying to sort of cure himself from that injury. But in the meantime, they found there at the McDonald's basically a manifesto of some sort, and it really seems to implicate him in all of this. So that is the mystery du jour that the internet is consumed with. So far, okay, we'll see. You know, it's still December 11th, but again, he's putting out this kind of thing almost in a like terror sort of way if you think about it. And again, we're not running the video out of respect for the platform we are on right now, but I did see it over on X, and I'm sure you can see it there.